I know when you had conversations with everybody in the Yankees organization during the week and before the Soto deal was completed, as Jack has now just told us, they couldn't go too much of a deep dive on Soto because he was the property of another team. But now that you've seen it from this angle and the fact that they have talked about what kind of a dynamic player he is, how do you think it changes the team, and what sense did you get from them about how he would change the team?
Well, Bob, as you guys already discussed, they were in desperate need of outfield help and left-handed bats, and they accomplished both of those things, getting Verdugo last night, obviously trading for Soto today. And just in speaking with Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone before this deal became official, they just got excited when speaking about the type of player that Soto is, what he brings to the table offensively. And last night, it was kind of interesting here in Nashville. The Verdugo deal came down, and everybody was kind of scratching their head a little bit, wondering if this is a precursor to more to come. Are they still in on Soto? And we found out very quickly they're very much still in conversations with the Padres, and it looked like that deal too was going to get done. Now, there was some concern, at least amongst fans today, when it wasn't becoming official. It was not being confirmed. They were still waiting on medicals, and I can shed a little light on that. A.J. Preller was actually at the Scouts dinner here tonight. That started at 6 p.m. local time. He didn't get out of that until about 8:30 local time, and he was on the dais the whole time, so he wasn't available during that period of time. And shortly thereafter, that trade did in fact become official. So Yankees fans are happy, and the Yankees got the prize they wanted as far as a left-handed bat in that lineup this offseason. Now, they still have a lot of work to do, but certainly made a splash here at winter meetings.
You know, Meredith, you're talking about Soto offensively. Verdugo comes in as a left-handed hitter, but these guys got to play the outfield defensively. I know we just heard Aaron Boone say that Aaron Judge might be able to play center field. What are you hearing down there about how the outfield is going to be set up defensively?
Flash, I was actually just texting with Aaron Boone, and I asked him that very question. And the majority of the time, they're going to go Verdugo in left, Aaron Judge in center, and Juan Soto in right field. I asked Aaron Boone about Verdugo handling left field at Yankee Stadium, and they said that they felt as though Fenway's right field is maybe even more difficult, more space than the left field at Yankee Stadium. They didn't have any concerns there. They like Juan Soto in right field and Aaron Judge in center. Aaron Boone has had conversations already about him playing center field the majority of the time, and Aaron Judge is very much on board. He said in the past he loves playing center field. He'd prefer to play center field, but when I look at it from a health perspective and knowing how valuable he is to that Yankees lineup, you know he's not going to do it 7 days a week. Aaron Boone said you're going to likely see him get some DH days, depending on the lineup, the matchups, possibly play right field a little bit. As we know, they got a center fielder in that deal too, so you can slide him in there and either slide Judge over to right field or DH him. Now, that brings up the question of Giancarlo Stanton, and Boone told me they believe he's going to come in lighter. He's doing well in his offseason program. Nobody wants to improve more than Giancarlo Stanton. He continues to work hard. Nobody's more dissatisfied with the season that he had last year than Giancarlo Stanton. They think the fact that coming in lighter, a little bit leaner, will allow him to stay maybe a little bit more healthy, be a little bit more athletic in the outfield, and as a result, be not just an option in the outfield, but a legit option in the outfield. So that's something to consider when they're making that outfield alignment and that outfield alignment and lineup there. So several options for Aaron Boone, but as I mentioned, likely Verdugo, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto to start things off.